Hi, thanks for watching. I'm just going to give a quick overview of my Treasury Workstation. So right here, we have inputs for the bonds, we have an output of hedge ratios, we have curve slopes, a carry table, and finally portfolio statistics. I'm going to break through each section and just kind of explain its purpose. So the first one is we put in yields, shock meaning change in rates we would expect, the price of the bond, how many lots by 1,000 of that bond, mod duration and convexity. You get your outputs of DBO1, profit, the new price, the new yield, and the notional of that total holding in your portfolio. Next, we have our DBO1 hedge ratios, which shows for relative value traders how much of the shorter duration bond you would need to hold to match the longer, 2 to 10 being the famous example. That's a very large trade. Here, this is the carry table. It shows if you borrowed overnight to finance that bond, what would your carry look like? And here I kind of have like a post financial crisis low repo situation, but all of these bonds would have a 90-day positive carry because I set overnight to 200 basis points versus like the yields were around the 4 to 5% range. Here you have your yield curve slopes, which is useful for people doing those hedge ratios of fixed income relative value. And also the slopes are important for economic students, such as myself, because it allows us to see like how is growth expectation being priced out in time. And finally, which is important if you were doing this as a bond investor, is your portfolio statistics. So you have your total notional value of the portfolio. Here we have 100,000 lots. It's less than that because we had a bear steepener trade, and this shows your profit and loss. Here it's roughly 35,000 loss. You have your DVO1 of the portfolio after the shock. Here it's about $580 a basis point, and there's your carry, and this one has a positive carry. And we focused on total return of the portfolio, like it was an institution. For instance, a Treasuries desk working with the mercantile exchange to deliver contracts. It wouldn't necessarily be just outright buying Treasury exposure with cash, but it'd be more like doing rates trades of borrowing Treasuries at the overnight rate, delivering them. And that's why total return is the value. It's not just simply yield, it's yield with respect to the overnight rates. That was just a quick overview. It's a good calculator because it's introducing concepts as I learn more about treasuries in my undergraduate studies, such as it's not necessarily just about yield, it's about yield respective to time and respective to the funding rate. It also helps me visualize convexity with DVO1 decreasing with rate increases as that convexity curve is the bond kind of follows the convexity curve. It also shows different strategies you can deploy as a traditional bond investor, such as barbelling, to add convexity to short-term exposure without kind of going for the middle of the curve where being wrong on rates can sometimes punish heavily as seen by the profit and loss table. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.